Today I'm going to be testing out some of the most viewed TikTok recipes ever to see if they're any good or not. First up, we have the viral Crookie. Now this video has 26.7 million views. It's basically a mix between a cookie and a croissant. Now call me crazy, but I'm not actually a huge fan of croissants. I like them, it's just not something that I'd usually pick, but I do like cookies, so I'm excited to try this one. So she starts by making the cookie dough, so I'm gonna add melted butter to a bowl, light brown sugar and granulated sugar, and I'm gonna whisk these together. Next, I'm gonna add in the egg and the vanilla and whisk these in. Then I'm gonna add in plain flour, bicarbonate of soda, and salt. I'm gonna fold these in with a rubber spatula. And finally, the chocolate chips. And just fold these in. Now, she slices her croissants in half. I feel like these are really long croissants compared to what she used. So I'm gonna gently saw into that. I don't know why I'm not the biggest fan of croissants, to be honest, because these actually look really good. So now she gets the cookie dough and she basically just spreads it into the croissant. I might have too much here. Maybe I'll put some of it on top. This actually looks really good. So then she closes it and then she also puts some on top. Just switched to doing it with my hands now. It feels like Play-Doh. Okay, so now she bakes it in the oven at 180 degrees for about 18 minutes. I'm actually gonna do mine in the air fryer, so it may need slightly less time, but let's go put them in and then we'll be back. I feel like these turned out really well, but the real test, do they taste good? I feel like the cookie dough on top has gone a bit hard. Oh my gosh. It's probably because I did it in the air fryer. So the top's really crispy, but the inside is still really gooey. Oh my gosh, it's so chocolatey. All right, how do I eat this? I'm a mess already. Yeah, I'm going for this bit. It's good. I think I got mostly cookie there, to be honest. I'm gonna go for another bit with more croissant. Oh my gosh, look how good that looks. That's really good. Like, really good. I can't even taste the croissant. This is great. It's just like a nice crispy vehicle for cookie dough. I'm gonna rate that a 9 out of 10. That's really good. Sometimes you need to eat an entire cucumber. This next video has 16 million views, and some of his other cucumber videos actually have over 30 million views. I'm excited to try this one. I feel like it's gonna be refreshing. So he starts by slicing an entire cucumber into like a plastic jug kind of thing. I don't have a plastic jug, but I do have a shaker. So we're improvising a little bit here. I have my mandolin. This feels a bit dodgy, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna put a glove on. My mandolin came with a glove, so I feel like I should wear it. Safety first. Why am I a little bit scared? This is quite fun. Okay, we're full up. I think that'll do. Next, he adds soy sauce. He doesn't really seem to measure anything, but he did say about 1.5 tablespoons of this. Then he says a little fish sauce. I have to admit, this scares me a little bit. I'm not very experienced with fish sauce. So a little bit of that. That's a little bit, just in case I don't like it. Then he says some sugar, about a spoonful. Then he says to add some MSG, obviously. I've actually never used MSG in a recipe before, so I bought this especially for this recipe. Oh, that might have been too much. It's fine. Then he says to add a lot of sesame oil. I reckon that classes as a lot. Then he grates a clove of garlic. Ah, this is what I needed the gloves for. Where's my glove? Then he adds 2 whole spring onions. He says to chop it with scissors because it's easier. And then finally, some sesame seeds. And then he puts the lid on and he shakes it up. Ooh, it looks good. Now he eats his with chopsticks. These are some I got from my local Chinese takeaway. So let's give it a go. Probably not as good at using chopsticks as he is. That's really nice. It's really fresh, but also so flavoursome. I'm definitely gonna be eating the whole cucumber. This is so good. I wanna give this another 9 out of 10, but did I enjoy it as much as the Crookie? I'm not sure. I'm gonna give it an 8.7. Apparently we've been making pancakes wrong our whole life. This video has 31.9 million views and she scrambles her pancakes like you'd scramble your eggs. I don't know how I feel about this one, but let's try it. So I'm gonna start by making our pancake batter. So in goes self-raising flour, caster sugar, and baking powder. Whisk these together. I'm gonna make a well in the middle with the back of a spoon. Crack in our egg. and add our melted butter and whisk these in. Now I'm gonna slowly add in our milk. I need 3 hands for this really. And then we whisk until smooth. Perfect. Now I'm gonna let this rest for a few minutes and I'm gonna heat up our pan. I've just melted some butter in the pan, so let's pour in our pancake. I assume I pour the entire thing in. I didn't really think about this. I mean, if it's scrambled, does it really matter? It's bubbling a little bit, so I guess we just go in and scramble. Oh, this feels so wrong. So correct me if I'm wrong, I saw in the comments that this is actually a dish in Austria. Is that correct? I'm not gonna try and pronounce it, but I'll write it on screen. Okay. They look cooked through, so let's plate them up. Let's transfer these onto a plate. They look like little pancake nuggets. I'm gonna top mine with the classic lemon and sugar. I don't know if this is just a British thing, but this is always what I used to have when I was a kid. Just a little bit of lemon juice and then a sprinkling of sugar. It was either that or maple syrup, but I wanna be a bit nostalgic today. Okay, I'm actually excited for this. It doesn't look that appetizing, but I feel like it's gonna taste really good. It tastes like my childhood, even though I've never had scrambled pancakes before. I really like this. To me, it doesn't really taste any different to regular pancakes. The girl in the video actually said at the end, "Psych, don't try this. It's not actually very good." I disagree. I like this. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Now we're gonna try the Snickers Dates, which have been likened to tasting like a healthy Snickers bar. So this video has 23.3 million views, and I've actually seen this recipe everywhere. I feel like it's been going around for ages, and I've never tried it, so I'm excited to try it today. I love dates, I like nuts, I like chocolate, I like peanut butter. I don't know what I can't like about this. So she starts by opening up her dates, and then she grabs peanut butter, and she pipes that into the middle. Then she tops it with some pecans. I've also seen some people top it with peanuts, which makes sense for a Snickers. Surely that would taste more snickery. And then you close that up. Pecans are actually one of my favorite nuts, I think, especially when they're caramelized in sugar. Then she uses a cocktail stick to push it through the date, and then she dips it into the chocolate. Just let that drip off. They're not really staying on the sticks. Oh, and before I forget, she also sprinkled some more chopped nuts on top, but I saw someone else sprinkle sea salt on top of theirs, and I feel like that sounds nicer. So I'm gonna go a little bit of sea salt on top before the chocolate sets. Ah! I just jabbed myself with a cocktail stick. Put that back on the plate over here. And now she just freezes these until set. I think maybe like 10 or 20 minutes. So we'll be back. It's been about 20 minutes and these are fully set now, so let's try one. Oh my gosh, they're kind of stuck to the plate, so I've lost half the chocolate. That's so good. The salt makes it even nicer as well. I don't necessarily think it tastes like a Snickers. I can definitely taste the date quite a lot, but I really enjoy that. This is probably my least favorite so far, just out of like actual taste. I don't know, I like them, but I don't love them. So I'm gonna give them a 6.5 out of 10. They are really good though. This next one is a watermelon sandwich. So instead of using bread, we're using watermelon slices. This video, I think this is the original, by Linda, has 3.4 million views, but there's some videos of other people making this with over 20 million views. So, let's try it. She starts by slicing up her watermelon into squares. This is quite a small watermelon, so I think I'm gonna go down the middle and then cut squares out of the slices. Oh, she's heavy. So then I'm gonna cut maybe like an inch slice. So now I'm gonna slice this into a square. So like there, there. That's not even. Now we have some snacks. There we go, we have our watermelon bread. Then she adds some sliced pickles. So mine are quite a bit smaller than hers. I'm gonna do 4, so we've got a nice even layer. Then she adds some cheese. I'm not sure what cheese she added, but I'm gonna do cheddar. I feel like I should do 2 slices. I've seen quite a few people do it with fresh mozzarella, which also sounds really nice, but I wanted to follow closely to what the original was doing. Then she adds balsamic glaze or balsamic vinegar, and then some fresh basil leaves. I love the smell of basil. I think it smells so nice. And then our watermelon on top, and we have a watermelon sandwich. This looks like something AI would make. Okay, let's do a taste test. You know what? It's not bad. I like the cheese, I like the pickles, I like the basil, and I love the balsamic. The watermelon is just very, very juicy. I like it. I think this is great for summer. I'm gonna give this a 7.5 out of 10. This one really surprised me. Now, of course, we had to try the viral Dubai chocolate bar. This video has 29.8 million views, but I've actually seen other videos with almost 70 million views making this. Now, I actually made the Dubai chocolate bar yesterday, so I'm gonna insert some BTS of me making it and my reaction to it as well. So she starts by chopping up her pastry. Mine actually came pre-shredded, so I didn't need to chop mine. Then she melts some butter in the pan and she toasts her pastry until it's nice and golden brown and crispy. Then she adds the pistachio spread and mixes this in. She also added tahini, but I didn't have any, so I just added pistachio cream to mine. Then she melts her chocolate and she tempers it as well, which is what I did, so it sets hard at room temperature. Then she makes some colored chocolate with white chocolate and food coloring, I'm assuming, and drizzles that in the mold. Then she puts her milk chocolate in the mold and smooths it out. Then she adds the pistachio filling, which tasted incredible, by the way. Then she tops it with the rest of the milk chocolate and smooths that out. Then she freezes it until it's set and then just peels it out of the mold, and you have this incredible thick pistachio chocolate bar. I also wrapped mine in tin foil, so it felt like I was opening a real chocolate bar. I really enjoyed the Dubai chocolate bar. I love pistachio, and I used milk chocolate, which for me, I think was the right way to go, because I think dark chocolate maybe would have been a tiny bit too bitter, and the filling isn't super sweet. It's quite nutty and it's really nice and crunchy as well. If I was to make it again, which I probably will because it was really good, I'd probably just add a tiny bit more pistachio cream to make it a little bit more gooey inside. Overall, I thought it was amazing, so I'm gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10. So guys, that is the end of today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you'd like me to do more videos like this, or let me know if there's any specific recipe videos that you'd like me to test. Feel free to send them to me, whether they're TikTok videos, shorts, Instagram videos, whatever, any wacky ideas that you've seen out there. I'm up for trying it. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.